Well, it's that time of the season that we need to look at our starting 11, our first match against Manchester City, which not going to be an easy one, let's be real here, but we are going to be looking at the squad who I believe should be the starting 11 that actually has the best chance of beating Manchester City and actually getting points for Enzo Maresca's first match in the Premier League. Now, again, goalkeeper, I just already put Sanchez in here. I think it makes the most sense that we will start with him. I think he's going to feel most reliant on this goalkeeper. We see him being utilized time and time again in this squad. We obviously know that he can move up into this area and help split the CBs. But like I said, this is a possibility. This could change throughout the season. But for this first game, we are going to be going with him. Now, going from right to left, our defense, again, we do have multiple options, but for right back, there is only one guy that can play this position, and that's going to be Malagusto because of the fact that Reece James is hurt, but also he is suspended as well. So again, Malagusto is the only guy that makes sense in this position. And now whether we want to invert him into this position, we could do that, but we could also look at our left back with Cucurella. Now again, this also I feel like is the most fitting for this player. So we do have the options of going from left to right, whoever wants to go into this midfield to slot in with our midfield. But like I said, it's going to be up to Enzo Maresca and how he wants to utilize this. If he does not want to use Cucurella and does want to invert Malagusto, I could see this change to maybe a Colwell. But for now, I think Cucurella makes the most sense, and in fact, I do think Colwell does start for us this match because what we've seen in preseason, some of our CBs have not performed very well, but I think Colwell is the guy that will be starting for us in this first match. He can definitely be utilized, has kind of played in this role out to the left, so again, when we do this 3 shift in the back, it makes more sense to have Colwell left-footed, that we're going to play him there. And then right side, Tosin is the other guy we're looking at as well. Again, it makes the most sense when we're looking at the players here. Yes, Wesley Fofana could make sense here, but I don't think he's fully match fit yet. Yes, he's played multiple preseason matches, but still, there's just this area that he is lacking yet, and it makes sense that we would go with something along these lines. Now, midfield, we have plenty of different options that could be utilized in this position. And again, we're just seeing the 3 formation here. These will interchange for the most part. But one of the first players we're definitely going to be seeing here, and it shouldn't be too big of a surprise, is Enzo Fernandez. I believe he probably is going to be wearing the armband this first match, which wouldn't surprise me as well. So he makes the most sense in this position. Again, I'm not sure who else would want to play in that position, but for right now, he does make that role here. Right side, I think this again, it makes the most sense that we are going to see Lavia here. Yes, I understand that this does not make full sense, but again, I think with how much time we saw with him in preseason, I think Enzo Maresca really wants to utilize this player, which then you're probably wondering, how are we going to play this? Well, I do think, yes, at the CAM, which again, this is kind of mixing and matching with the 3 in the midfield, I do think that Cancedo still gets to start with this squad as well, which you're going to probably think about this. He's not an attacking player, but what we're going to be seeing is these 2 players moving up and playing a lot more attacking style, and Enzo's going to be floating back around here to really ping balls to where he needs to. And again, both these guys can drop back to play defensively and really help out our midfield. But you have to remember, if Cucurella moves into this midfield as well, he can also help utilize this area, or even Malagusto. So again, we do have different options on players that can actually fit into this midfield to help us defensive wise, because as we continue to go forward, there are going to be gaps in this midfield, and we saw in preseason players are going to play the ball over the top too. So again, we have to make sure that we can hold a tight line, but also recover quickly. Now, right side, don't even say anything here. It's going to be Palmer. He will start right off the bat in that right side. Again, don't have to say anything. This man is going to be electric for Chelsea this season. Going to be able to cut in, play balls and everything, and be able to find our positions where we need to. Now, striker, it makes the most sense to, again, I think actually have a number 9, which again, we don't really have a number 9. But if we're looking at players that I think we could actually go with, I think, again, it makes the most sense, and I'm struggling to spell his name here, Marco, there we go. It makes the most sense that we start with him. And again, I don't think he's our best forward here, but the reason why I want to put him there is because I think we're going to put Nkuku out on this side. And yes, I understand we have plenty of different options. The reason why I think this is going to be our starting lineup, this gives us multiple different options because Nkuku can drop back into this midfield and work into the midfield. Cucurella can also move up into this area because, again, we do have multiple players that can play multiple roles. But like I said, he can be very versatile out on this wing. And I think, again, we're going to have to start with a number 9. And that's why Maresca is going to be the guy we're going to start with. If he's not starting here, I would say we're going to go with Nkuku here, which, again, would make sense. And then out actually on that left side, we're going to put Dewsbury Hall. So it's going to be one of the two here that, again, we have so many different options. It's going to be difficult for Enzo Maresca. This probably makes more sense. So, again, I wouldn't be surprised. But if we are looking at number 9, and Cuckoo has to start for us as well, but Marca, he then has to be at the top. But this probably makes more sense for us in our starting match. So I do want to know what you guys think on this starting 11. Who do you think will actually be starting for us? Do you think that we'll have a different player in position somewhere else? Or do you think this is our best starting 11 against Manchester City, Pep Guardiola? Man, it is a difficult one to open up at Stamford Bridge, but hey, you know what? This might be the best time to play Manchester City because they might not be organized as well, and therefore we can hit them right off the bat like we did with Liverpool last season and maybe get some points off of them, but who knows how it will go. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe if you have not. I greatly appreciate that. And I may have a different channel coming up later that will actually do just more tactics. This here, the video, we're just talking nonsense for the most part about what Chelsea could and could not do, some transfer news and stuff like that, but also the starting 11. So comment down below though if you do want to know that other channel. Again, I'll be linking things to that as well. But that is all I have for you today, and I will see you in our next video.